Hi everyone, welcome back to Shelf Love. I'm Shama and keeping my track record intact. I am back again after 2 months with the last video of 2024. As you know, this year was very dicey, very confusing for me, but I did not lose myself in the process. So I read 60 books in this year, and there are some brilliant books I already have talked to you about, and there are some brilliant books I may talk to you in this video. So these are all the best books I have read in this year, and there are 15 books that I have listed out. So here we go with the first book. So the first book we are going to talk about is Perks of Being a Wallflower. Perks of Being a Wallflower is about a teenage boy who has been molested in his childhood and how he realizes that in his teenage and how he gets over that throughout the novel. And the story and the writing style is very unique, and I love the narrative. So you should read that book if you haven't yet. This is definitely one of my favorite reads of this year. Then I'm going to talk about this book that broke my heart from the core. That is The Book Thief. And I don't know, I have been talking about this book for a very long time, and I cannot stop talking about this book as long as I live. So, this is a book about this little girl who is a book thief during the war. And she is a German living in Germany, but she is not a Nazi, and how her family goes through this situation. It's all about the book. This story is narrated by Death himself, and that unique style of writing is what amused me the most. And it's definitely one of the cult classic of future generation, mark my words. Then there is another book that made me cry and felt like a hug at the same time is Anxious People by Frederick Backman. Frederick Backman is one of the favorite writers of 2024 because the writing style is just so brilliant. And you know what he writes about the situation people are in, it's so like tragic comedies that Shakespeare used to write. And I love the way he portrays life as gray and not just black and white. So that's why Frederick Backman became one of my favorites of 2024. Honestly, this year was more about psychological thrillers, and I found this very nice book which is called The Devotion of Suspect X. And here there is this mathematician who helps a neighbor he was in love with to get away with murder, and how it unravels the story is all about the book. And the story is so good. I mean, you can just guess. I mean, it's like you know who killed it, it's like you know who is going to find what, but the way it was written is what you are going to stick around for. I loved the style of writing, I loved the narrative, I loved how the mathematician figured everything out. It's so amazing to read this book. It was a treat. The next book is a non-fiction book which is written by Chibamanda Adichie. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. This book is a feminist manifesto about how actual feminism functions. There is this woman who bore a girl, and she wants Chimamanda Adichie to advise her how to raise her daughter as a feminist. And she writes 15 notes to her friend to show her how feminism works. And this is the right kind of feminism we need in this world, and that is the main reason why I love this book a lot. Next thriller in the list is One of Us is Lying. I'm literally indebted to this book because it took me out of my reading slump. And the story is about four students who are studying in a school, and one of them is supposed to be a murderer of a boy, of another boy. And everyone has something to hide about their lives. So how it unravels and who killed the fifth guy is the question. And the revelation was quite surprising. I wasn't really expecting that, but I loved it a lot, and I really want to continue reading the series. But let's see, hopefully in the next year. So a while back, I was a part of this group that is going to read about multi-generational novels. So because of that, I came across this book that is called The Mountains Sing. In this book, they talked about Vietnamese War and how people and the generations went through that trauma, and how their social, financial, psychological condition has been. So it is one of those books that would torment you, but it would give you some balmy experience while you read it. So I think it's one of those books I can literally hold on to. The last book I'm going to talk about is Cursed Bunny. It's a collection of short stories. It is also a thriller book. So Cursed Bunny is a book that I went for its cover page, but I stayed because of the story. The short story collection are very spooky, very twisted, and you know, you would just stick around this book throughout, because each story is so strange and twisted in its own way that you would feel that what the hell is happening in this story. It is basically magic realism, and I cannot stop smiling while I am thinking about this book because I absolutely loved it. I think you must give it a try. And then there were some books that were five-star reads because those were the cult classics, I would say. The first one is The Stranger by Albert Camus. It is about a guy who is not bothered by the society. He just does whatever he wants. He is more into physical pleasure and physical pain. It is all about absurdism and existentialism. It is a bit into philosophy and all. Uh, Stranger is actually a nice read because, you know, somehow we all connect to this absurdism genre so much in this world that there is no going back, I think. Then, of course, I have talked about this book that I read this year, which is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Rebecca's story is already well known to you if you have been following me for a while. This woman marries to an elderly man who lives in a valley, and that mansion is very much haunted by the previous wife of that elderly man, and how this woman finds her identity, her mental sanity towards the end of the novel is about it. I loved the book. I cannot start telling you how much it moved me from the core, and you should give it a try. The next book comes under one of the genres that I really, really like. It's Partition. No, so I'm going to talk about this book, Ice Candy Man. I have already talked about Ice Candy Man in my previous videos, so I hope you know the story. It is about a Parsi family during the time of partition, and how Hindu Muslim conflict led this main character, the Ayar, to a horrible ending. So it's about it. It prominently portrayed the horrors and terrors of partition, and I don't need to mention a lot about partition literature. It's always um, one of the topics that I avoid to talk about. So that's about it. Do I even need to tell you about Frankenstein by Mary Shelley? I don't think so, because who doesn't know Frankenstein? Um, do I need to tell you? I think no. So let's move on. I don't know how many of you know that I love another genre called diaspora, and Jhumpa Lahiri being one of my favorites. I read this book, The Lowland by Jhumpa Lahiri, and this novel talks about two brothers, how one gets killed and the other survives, who is in America, and he marries the wife of the dead brother, and how their life unravels and how their life turns out in a foreign country. It's all about the novel. Lowland has this distinct quality of writing, and honestly, the main character Subhash is so relatable to me because like me, he is the elder sibling in the family, and how he was always burdened by the responsibility, and how he is the disciplined one in the family. But at the end, nobody really loves him. I mean, not his wife, not his parents. Their parents, obviously, they know they love the Subhash, but the love for that elder child, that younger child, is so overpowering that the love for the elder one is diminishing day by day. And that's why I could connect to Subhash a lot. The last book I'm going to talk about is The Murder of Roger Ackroyd by Agatha Christie. Again, this is a cult novel of Agatha Christie. I don't think it is really important for me to tell you about the story, but let me just give you a brief. Agatha Christie's this book, there is this guy called Roger Ackroyd who has been murdered in his drawing room, and he has a past with this lady, Mrs. Ferrers, and there is this blackmailing going on, and how that blackmailing has to be stopped. Uh, and how Hercule Poirot came into the scene and how he solved the murder. It's all about it. I don't know, but Agatha Christie's novels are not explainable. You should read it to understand, because I don't think I can just tell you that there is this guy who has been murdered and somebody is looking for the killer. It's not what how you read Agatha Christie. It is about the details and the attention to details of Hercule Poirot. So you gotta read it for sure. So this is the end of the 15 books that I absolutely loved and given 5 star. In 2024, I hope in 2025 I get to read more books. I hope in 2025 I would get to write some books too. And I hope you all have a good year in 2025. I hope this coming year is your year and mine too, maybe. Then I wish you all a very, very happy new year, and please have a safe life, safe year, and be healthy, happy, and keep reading. Bye.